Hey there, thank you so much for clicking onto my video and having a look at my crowdfunding project for my wellness eco lodge that I'm planning to create. Now, I've made a video before about this, but I thought I'd make another one because I was half asleep when I first recorded it, and I thought, let me just get back to the basics of exactly what I'm trying to create and how it is that you can get involved. And then you can read more about the information below. So, my name is David. I'm a professional DJ. I run multiple businesses, including mobile DJs, as well as selfie mirrors, dance floors, so on and so forth. And then outside of that, I do pretty much anything to make sure that the bills are paid. I also do online affiliate marketing, and I've also got a strong background in things like health and fitness. So, what this is basically, if I start at the beginning, where I basically I had the idea to create an eco lodge. Now, this isn't anything new. These are at least these kind of lodges are popping up all over the country, in the UK as well as abroad. And over the years, I've started looking to create my own project to create one of these venues. So, over the last few years, we've scoped out various locations. So we went up north and then we went down south towards Cornwall to see what are the best locations. And then we've also looked further abroad. So what we've actually settled on is going to Portugal, looking at Portugal, and we've been to several places in Portugal. Now the reason we've done that is because of the season becomes a lot longer. Because, for example, one of the places that we went to in Portugal was a beautiful town on the coast, right at the bottom end of the south, and that's called Uliao. Now it's actually a fishing village, so we just went to scope it out and see. And I think we went there towards the end of the year. It was October, November time, and we were walking. I was walking around in a vest and slops, just because the weather is so great. So, which is one of the reasons why we decided to settle in Portugal for making our retreat. Now, this project is going to be mainly myself and my wife that are taking on this project, but we are also incorporating a lot of people in the family are also getting involved with this. So what we are trying to do here is we are trying to create a venue where people can come and connect with nature first and foremost. Do it in a holistic way, so low impact onto the environment while still being able to enjoy the beauty of nature, but also create a venue where people can come and have their own events. So if there's musical events, creative arts events, all manner of events, meditation classes and retreats, as well as martial arts retreats. Now, I first got this idea when my wife and I got married about 4 or 5 years ago, and yeah, coming up to 5 years now. And basically, we got married out in Bali, and when we were there, we met an epic guy by the name of Eric Sabat, and he created lodges across Bali, working with locals to create these off-grid living situations. Now, they're not strictly off-grid, as they do have electricity, but it is really working in harmony with the sites that they work on, and it kind of planted the seed in my head of an idea like this, where you can generate income off the land while still having a very peaceful life, and offering something to your customers that they sorely are needing. Now, I myself, as I say, I'm a professional DJ. I've been DJing for the last 15 years. I made my way from South Africa to the UK, and I've lived here for the last 13 years now. And I came here with £500 in my back pocket and decided, let's make a go of this and see how far I can take this DJing lark. And I'm proud to say that I've got a fantastic business up and running. COVID aside, things are still ticking over, but always in the back burner was this idea of what I've had. Now, I've also been very fortunate to be involved in the infrastructure and creating medium to large scale events. Excuse me. And I've also been very lucky to be involved in the creation of medium to large scale events, and be an integral part of creating these events. If you want to have a look at some of the events in the past that we've done, I've been involved with the Alfresco Festival, which happens down in Tunbridge Wells, and has done for the last 3 to 4 years now. And hopefully, we're looking forward to that coming back next year as well as a host of other festivals that are on the way. Anyway, the reason I mention that is because, along with just doing the music, sound, and lighting and things like that. There's a lot more that goes into it when you're hosting a festival or a 3-day event where you're having people camping on site. And the reason I mention this is because the more time that I've been seeing that these events are taking place, the more and more people that are coming from city centers. They just want to get out. They want to unplug. They want to get back to nature, but still have a great time and really connect with people around them. So these boutique festivals that are popping up all over the place are literally going. Their ticket sales are going like hotcakes. And the way I see it is that with the vaccine rolling out, we should hopefully see a 2021 uh, really take off and people wanting to get into the outdoors and travel shooting up quite rapidly. So, this is an idea, like I say, I've had this idea for creating this eco village for a very long time and incorporating many factors in there. And over the years, I have been compiling all the equipment necessary to make this a reality, as well as saving money on the side for buying the land. Unfortunately, with COVID 19, it's meant that I've had to use a lot of my savings just, to keep the family going, to keep all the bills paid, and to make sure that I'm not going too savagely into the red. But unfortunately, what that means is that I've used up a large portion of my savings that I would have done for buying the land. And when this all kicked off, I decided to just to put my project on the back burner to focus on the problem at hand. But at the same time, I always make sure that I'm keeping an eye on all the information that I'm going to need for when a sale is to go through in Portugal. Now, I've got some many factors that work in my favor. For one, even though I'm South African, I've also got a Portuguese passport. I've got my Portuguese ID. I've got a Portuguese bank account. So, what this means for me is that while I can create the business over in the UK, I can buy the land in Portugal, and there's not going to be a lot of red tape, which means I can make the purchase a lot quicker, and there's not too many issues there. I literally just have to jump on a plane, go over to Portugal, and jobs are good in. So, all these things were falling into place, and but obviously with COVID happening, there hasn't been a lot of movement. But like I say, I've been trying to keep my eye on all the happenings over in Portugal to look at the legislation and things, as well as looking at land costs. And the reason I've decided to go the crowdfunding route really is because I saw a fantastic deal on an amazing piece of land that completely fits the bill of everything that we have been looking for. Now, as I say, we've been doing this for a few years now, looking for venues. So we've been up north past Porto. We've been central to Castelo Branco. We've been down south to Ulião. I've also been to Lisbon. I've looked, scoped out loads of places, and this place is actually it's about an hour's drive from the coastal town of Nazaré. Now, if you don't know Nazaré, Nazaré is actually where the largest wave was ever surfed. Okay, it holds a big, it holds that record, and it has some epic waves. And as a result, the coastline of Portugal is fast becoming a hotspot for surfers the world over. So my idea was to get a piece of land in this close proximity, but also with beautiful rolling hills, a river, ruins, all these kind of things that I wanted to integrate, so that for bike rides, for mountain walks, for meditation, all these things are all factors when I was looking at this at land. And a piece of land came on the market, so I thought to myself, do I just cry in a bucket and go, hey, it's never going to happen? Or do I look at the options? Because for me to realistically make this project happen, I would need at least £35,000. Now, the land itself is only going to account for about £10,000, but I've put a contingency in of 15,000. Reason being that there's normally lawyers' fees attached to that, and the transfer fees, and blah 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 blah. So I've put a contingency for 15,000. I know I'm going to be well within that, but that's also going to help cover any unforeseen costs that come up for the land. That means I've got a remainder of 20,000 to be able to get this land in a workable situation. Now, there is a lot of work to be done there, but fortunately, one, I'm very good with my hands, and two, I'm going to be working with a lot of people in my family who are literally in the building and fabricating game. So to get the land in a workable state is not going to be the problem. The biggest stumbling block to this project is the land. Once the land is purchased, things are just going to snowball. And the reason I decided to launch this project now is because if we get the funding for this now, we can have by summer a workable site with an eco glamping village ready to go with about 10 to 12 5-meter tents, which can sleep up to 4 people per tent. Okay, now these are great glamping tents. So it's going to be a proper glamping village. There's going to be lighting in there, nice proper beds, not blow up mattresses and things like that. These are all things that I've been working towards. And the key is, like I say, I'd really like to get this going to have that ready for summer, so that we can pick up on the trade that's going to start coming back once the vaccine starts rolling out to the masses. So, and what I was thinking is, okay, £35,000. Who's got £35,000? Not a lot of people. But I thought to myself, if I got 350 people to pay £100, and that £100 guarantees you your weekend ticket to our opening festival. So that'll be a 2-night stay at the festival site, free entry, and to all the stages. There's also going to be a few add-ons that you can get there. And if you want to look at the options that we have, you just have to go to the crowdfunding page to see the various options and levels. You can just give us a tenner, or just spare anything you want. But anything that you do offer into this fund will be graciously taken in, and we will make sure that you are included to any events that we have going in the future. So you'll join the mailing list, and then we'll also give you exclusive offers. And then depending on the level and the amount that you do offer, you'll be able to get some extra deals, as well as either joining us on the launch party, or even keeping that as your own camping, and you'll be able to come and camp for a week for free. So that's camping in central Portugal, a very beautiful location, about an hour's drive from Nazaré, hour and 20 minutes from Porto. So it's not too far away from major airports, but it is far enough so that you get off the beaten track, and you get to explore the beauty that is Portugal. Something just that might be of interest to you: if you look at the Portuguese flag, you'll see that the flag is made up of a large portion of red with a small slit of green. And what that actually represents is the amount of bloodshed over the years that has happened in wars and fighting to maintain that little strip of green land. Because if you can imagine, the Spanish were coming from the inland, and the Dutch and the English were coming from the sea, and the Portuguese held that land because they knew how important that land was and how beautiful it was, and it had all the greenery and all the water compared to Spain, which is a lot drier. So just a little bit of history for you there. But it always reminds me of that whenever I go to Portugal, because it is so beautiful, lush green, and a real place where you can just unwind and relax. Now, outside of the ideas that I've got, and the infrastructure that we've already got in place for this site, my wife and I, we don't class ourselves as vegan or plant based, but we are pretty much we are very conscious about the things that we put into our body. So we would also like to incorporate this into the site, as well as the fact that my wife and I have also done courses in full body massage. Health and fitness does run pretty deep in my family, as I've said. And my mother, she runs a health shop in South Africa. And one of her slogans is, "We aim to build health, not fight disease," which I think is fantastic, and is kind of the ethos that I'd like to put forward to this wellness center. So, if you guys are interested to hear more about it, please read below, and also, if you're looking at this on YouTube, just click on the link below, and it'll take you through to my crowdfunding page where you can read more about the information. And if you want to get involved, or you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I'm always happy to have a chat, and I'm happy for other people to get involved in this project, because I think it's going to be an epic project. And like I say, if I've hosted parties for 5,000 people. Doing a party for 300 to 400 people is child's play, really, and it could be an awesome location for all manner of events, while keeping it while working in harmony with nature. So I hope that you like what you've seen, and I hope to hear from you guys very soon. Thank you. Bye now.